Hi, Katerina Kazayas here. So with extensive media training and professional spokesperson expertise, as a TV and media host, I know what works and what doesn't. I know what you need to do to get exposure in major media. So I wanted to take a minute here to share with you the 5 things not to do when, pitching to the media. It's a common mistake that people make, and I want to make sure that you avoid them. So here we go. Number 1. Not pitching to the right person. I see this over and over again. Okay, media outlets get an enormous amount of mail and phone calls. Now, I know some startups believe that volume is king, right? We can all BCC. And, technology's made it easy for us to do that, send a ton of pitches at the same time, but trust me, don't do it. Before reaching out to media, whether it's magazine or radio or television, you have to do your research. You have to know what journalist or what segment producer is covering your industry or even the type of story that you're wanting to highlight. Because you got to remember, right? Different producers cover different beats. All right. Mistake number 2, having a pitch that's too generic. Generic pitches are going to get you absolutely ignored. Okay, absolutely ignored. I mean, think about it. Would you want to hear a story that has no angle? No. Okay. You have to make sure that you tailor your hook if you want to get a response from editors or producers, okay? And once you do that, I want you to know one thing. You have to identify what your key points are and share a story, okay? Not a product, not a promotion, a story. So only once you've identified what your story angle is, do you then go out and pitch the outlets, okay? Mistake number 3, not offering anything of value. Too often people make a pitch without really making their intention clear. Now you got to remember, right? Producers and editors, these are the gatekeepers. They need to understand clearly, kind of idiot-proofly, what value you're offering, what it's going to bring to their audience. So in other words, you have to give them something that their readers or viewers are actually going to care about. I mean, it's going to be kind of a silly example, but I'm going to make it pretty clear. So let's say you're super enamored with your newest invention, right? You've got this grizzly bear tracker gadget thing. But if you're pitching the story to the Miami Tribune, it's not going to get picked up, right? Know your audience before you pitch the story. Mistake number 4, having too much industry-specific technical jargon in your pitch. Right, industry-specific technical jargon, blah, 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 blah. Biochemistry might be your thing, but you have to ask yourself what percentage of their viewing audience is actually going to be up on their scientific tech language savviness. So remember, most media caters to the masses, okay? Unless you're only planning to pitch to MIT research journals or, a science podcast expo thing, make sure that your language is masses friendly. And finally, mistake number 5, not properly following up. I know, it seems a little obvious, but this one is actually tricky. On the one hand, you don't want to over-contact. On the other hand, you don't want to just hit send and hope for the best. So the play here, you call once, and then you follow up with 1 email. Okay, and then you leave it for 3 to 6 weeks. Yeah. And then you repeat that. The trick, though, is not to get stuck in this loop of repeat, repeat, repeat with no response from the other side. So, how successful have your media pitches been? Have you been landing those high quality, coverages just by sending emails? If you haven't had the success, don't worry, because there are some easy fixes, and I can help you with that. So, to help accelerate your results, I'm going to make my personal time available to a few that qualify. You know you're in a position right now where you can be doing better. Your potential is there, but you're just not where you know you could be. This 60-minute strategy session, one-on-one with me, is going to help provide clarity and really effectively communicate what your hook is. I'm going to give you instruction on how to target media outlets, and I'm going to share the tools that you'll need to have once you've been booked for that live in-studio appearance. But it's only available for 10 people each month. Every time I do a video like this, or a seminar, it's the people who are intelligently engaged in building their business who move forward decisively and quickly. Now, I was at a moment of indecision, and within 90 days of taking action, no joke, everything changed, okay? That is what made all the difference. So if you're ready to start procrastinating and be an action taker, not an action talker, book your one-on-one session now. And if you're still waiting, I want you to ask yourself, why do I want to be left behind? Now, I don't know how long I'm going to have this up here. If you're a person of action, I want you to take advantage of this offer and book now. Be decisive, take action, book now, because your business deserves it.